This transformation demands strong pedagogical content knowledge, digital literacy, and reflective practice. Teachers must be able to integrate subject expertise with effective teaching strategies while also adapting to diverse student needs. Without these competencies, meaningful learning cannot be effectively realized. Ultimately, the success of 21st century education depends heavily on the professional capacity and adaptability of teachers.
The COVID 19 pandemic accelerated digital transformation in education in ways that few could have anticipated. Practically overnight, schools were required to shift from traditional face to face teaching to fully online learning environments. Teachers and students had to adapt rapidly to new technologies, learning platforms, and methods of communication. Online platforms such as Google Classroom and Delima quickly became essential tools for delivering lessons, distributing assignments, and maintaining communication between educators and learners.
While digital integration increased accessibility and introduced innovative learning opportunities, it also exposed the digital divide, particularly between urban and rural communities. Some students were able to participate actively in online classes with stable internet connections and personal devices. Others, however, face serious challenges such as limited connectivity, shared device among family members, or unsuitable learning environments at home. COVID 19 accelerated digital learning, but not all students had equal access. In rural areas, connectivity issues remain a barrier, posing challenges for teachers to ensure equitable learning.
This inequality challenges teachers to adopt flexible and inclusive teaching strategies. Educators must find ways to ensure that all students remain engaged and supported regardless of their technological circumstances. This may involve designing alternative learning materials, providing asynchronous lessons, or offering additional guidance to students who face digital limitations.
Digital competence is no longer optional, it is a professional necessity. Teachers must develop confidence in integrating technology into their pedagogy while maintaining meaningful student engagement. However, technology alone does not guarantee meaningful education. Pedagogy remains central. Effective teaching requires thoughtful planning, empathy, and the ability to adapt teaching strategies to diverse learning contexts.
Artificial intelligence tools, including generative AI platforms, are transforming how students access information. Today's learners can generate essays, obtain explanations, and conduct research within seconds using digital technologies. This development presents both opportunities and challenges for educators, while AI can support learning by providing quick access to information and creative assistance. It also raises important questions about academic integrity and the authenticity of student work.
Students can now obtain instant answers. This shifts the teacher's role from content provider to critical thinking coach. Rather than simply delivering information, teachers must guide students in evaluating sources, questioning AI generated responses, and developing independent reasoning skills. AI has transformed how students access knowledge. Teachers are no longer just knowledge providers, they must coach students to think critically and ethically in a digital age.
Moreover, educators face growing concerns regarding students' mental health, social media dependency, and declining interpersonal communication skills. The digital age has created new forms of social pressure that can influence students' emotional well-being.
Thus, the 21st century teacher must possess emotional intelligence, ethical awareness, and strong moral grounding. Teachers must be capable of supporting students not only academically but also emotionally. Technology may enhance learning, but it cannot replace empathy. Human connection remains an essential component of meaningful education.
Afika, do you believe Malaysia's teachers' education programs sufficiently prepare future educators for these demands? Teacher preparation today must address a wide range of competencies, including technological integration, inclusive teaching strategies, and the ability to foster critical thinking in diverse classroom environments.
Structurally, yes. However, continuous professional development is crucial. Teacher training cannot end at graduation. As educational challenges evolve, teachers must continue updating their skills through professional learning opportunities, workshops, and reflective practice.
So, transformation is not a one time reform but an ongoing professional journey?
Exactly, lifelong learning is the defining trait of a 21st century educator.
We now turn to an education expert for further insight on what it truly means to possess pedagogical spirit in today's educational landscape.
A teacher with pedagogical spirit demonstrates commitment beyond academic delivery. They inspire curiosity, nurture positive values, and remain adaptable in the face of change. Professional competence must always be accompanied by moral responsibility. Teachers influence not only how students think, but also how they view themselves and their potential. As future educators, we must ask ourselves an important question. Are we prepared to educate not just mind, but hearts? Teaching is not simply about delivering lessons. It is about shaping individuals who will contribute to society with integrity, empathy, and responsibility.
A teacher with true pedagogical spirit is reflective, innovative, empathetic, and resilient. Such educators continuously refine their practice, embrace change, and remain committed to supporting every learner's growth. Education reform begins not in policy documents, but in the classroom, where teachers inspire students to imagine new possibilities and build a better future.